narcissist and the new supply. Listen to me, bro, sis. If you still struggling with this concept, if you still struggling with how the narcissist uh, may deem someone this amazing, invincible individual that can never be touched by anybody, and they're better than you in all sorts of things that they triangulated you with. Let me tell you what this is, bro. This is straight up. Don't let them gaslight you into believing the nonsense, man. Straight up, bro, sis. Don't let them gaslight you into that. Don't let them trick you into thinking that this person, you know what I'm saying, that some of us survivors have met. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them trick you into thinking that this person is just oh so better than you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand something. For the ones that didn't discard, the narcissist, or got discarded before they found out about the new supply, you gotta understand this and what I'm saying. If that supply knew about you, it's a beyond high chance that cat is definitely a narcissist. And I need you to understand, like, it always falls apart. You may want to see proof and all this. I got it, you know what I'm saying, but it's not meant for you to see. It'll come around the ocean to you. You know what I'm saying? A message in the bottle somehow. But it's just understand this. It's not off into the sunset. It's not. That is the same individual who you were with that they are now with. That is the same person. The same person. I need somebody. I hope this releases somebody and it's just sink in. That is the same person. Do you hear what I'm saying, bro? Sis, it is the same individual. They got better at the love bomb to manipulate that individual. That's why it looks like that. That's why it seemed like that. That's why it seemed like they changed and did all the fixing and fixed it for somebody else. Or you may have feel like you made them better for somebody else. All you did was make them a better manipulator. Like that's it. You just made them a better manipulator. You made them understand how to trick an empath. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Trick somebody genuine is really what it is. But when they get with somebody like this, man, and again, listen, it's the same cycle. The mask always slips. Do you understand? Okay, let's do this. When you were with the narcissist, it almost seemed like pulling tooth and nail for the narcissist to behave. You know what I'm saying? Act accordingly for the relationship. You feel what I'm saying? Be genuine. Be nice. Do you understand? Do you remember that tension of how much it took for them to do that? Understand that is happening over there. You feel what I'm saying? That is happening over there. They're pulling tooth and nail for that kind of affection from another. Straight up. Like I want this to really release somebody and really understand, like, don't beat up on yourself as much as you feel like that you need, that you deem to deserve because a narcissist feels like you should deserve to be. No, let that identity go anyway. You know what I'm saying? Just understand they're going to do this over there. This is going to happen again. Straight up. They're going to find somebody else. They're going to triangulate that new supply with somebody else. If not already, if not while they were while they were monkey branching from you to somebody else, they were already having other people in potentialness and whatever accordingness whenever that happens. Yes, this is how narcissists operate. Straight up. They do this fast. Because you got to understand, narcissists don't even like being alone. For real. That's why you ever hear them talking about, I got to go and hang with people and recharge. Nah, man. They off the chain. They gotta be able to get that supply and get that perspective of a trait about people that they can't display themselves. So they got to see it in other people so they can trick themselves that they're like that. They're not built like that. They're not. They manipulate themselves. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just telling you, it's not the sunset. It's not sunshine and rainbows. It's not like that. It's not. It's if you were a firewall, I promise you, there's so many arguments happening. Let me give you this. I want you to understand this too. You may not believe this, but like when they do the whole triangulation, like understand this, because your perspective of what's happening to you, you're trying to outdo whomever they're speaking about often in said action or said service up to the narcissist they're doing it better than you. Understand they're doing that exact thing to the new supply. A lot of people don't really like. I got it because at the moment I didn't catch it, but I just want you to understand this. They're doing the same thing to the new supply. They're indoctrinating the new supply into trying to outdo you. Listen, they're teaching the new supply to outdo you. They're enticing the supply to save them from us, from you. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're doing. So understand this. When they do get in that relationship, when they do get in that relationship, like you will be a bar, you will be a standard. Mm-hmm. I know you remember when they were saying stuff like, well, such and such used to do this. When a narcissist will say stuff like that to you, such and such do this. Well, they're doing that in that same conversation with the new supply. Yes, whether you believe that or not. Such and such used to do this way. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't really be like, huh? They're like, nah, ain't no way. No, it's a way. I told you, you become the standard. Mm-hmm. You do. Most survivors become the standard and don't even know it. And the narcissist is trying to replace you. but keep the essence of you by adding on. And they try to. It's just this they off the chain, man. No, you become the standard whether you believe that or not. And your name is in conversation. Your name is in those arguments. Then one time you brought up your ex talking about this. They talking about you. Mm-hmm. They talking about that one time you made the narcissist feel amazing. Now that story is being triangulated in their conversations. Man, I'm trying to tell you. This is what it is. This is what it is. This is what's happening. Because when it was happening to you, I want you to understand when a narcissist was doing that to you, they were trying to teach you to outdo the last person. Yes. And that person prior to you, it's a high chance they didn't know about you. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know how the narcissists do. But the last person, you know, they went through the same process. And now you outdoing them. Because you've been taught to be like, listen to me, man. Bro, sis. I'm telling you, I wish I knew this sooner, because it would have released my mind from so much pain on how I doubted myself. It would have released my mind from so much stress of not trusting myself when it was never was me. It was going to always be the cycle. This person was going to always do this. This was going to always happen. You know what I'm saying? Like this was going to always happen. This narcissist was going to always go through this process and do this with people, because this is how narcissists are. Straight up. You feel what I'm saying? But I just want you to understand from the perspective of, don't beat up on yourself too much, bro. Sis, like really don't don't beat up on yourself too much. This was going to happen to anybody. I got it. You lost a lot. You sacrificed a lot. I trust me, I got it. But don't feel guilty for not knowing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's damaging to your mind as you go forward. You know, especially if you're still caught in the process of thinking about, did the narcissist pick somebody better than me? But they act so better. I saw on social media. First off, stay off social media off their social media. That's one. I gotta say that, bro, sis. I gotta say that. Stay off their social media. But number two, even when you did, like, I want you to understand the same thing that you went through is going to, it's the same playbook. You all you gotta do, this is what when you assess your said situation, use that as the playbook of what's gonna happen to the next person. That way you can just understand what it is and not be affected by what it's not. You know what I'm saying? What it was never a genuine relationship. What it is manipulation. I know it sucks, you know what I'm saying, to have to experience it. But I honestly, to be honest with you, I'd rather have experienced it than not at all. So just so I can have that awakening. That awakening in self, to be under, to value myself more. You know, like a lot of us survivors, we go through this again, the indoctrination of becoming that said identity of trying to be whoever it was for the narcissist, losing ourselves. And when we get out of that, you know, when everything is over, learning to trust yourself, you know what I'm saying, and understanding all this information, just so that it won't damage you as you go forward, just so that you can be in a better place mentally, your peace of mind, accepting what was going to happen anyway. That's what I'm emphasizing. You gotta accept that it was going to happen anyway. It's one of those, dang, sucks to be us. You know what I'm saying? It just so happened to happen. You know, but the new supply, man, like don't worry about that too, because I know a lot of times we feel like we gotta say something to the new supply. We feel like we gotta, you know, man. No, let the new supply is just as toxic. I wouldn't even worry about it too much, to be honest with you. I wouldn't even let anything they say hold any weight in your mind, just because of how they got with narcissists to begin with. I wouldn't even stress about that. It's so irrelevant on so many levels. Straight up. Like whatever they say. Especially if you know how everything happened and how it all unraveled and got together, man, quit. Don't stress yourself over that, bro. Sis, like, don't stress yourself over that at all, whatsoever. Whether a relationship lasts long, further, however, it really doesn't matter. You don't need your lick back. You feel what I'm saying? You don't need to talk to. There's no closure. They were going to play together in the mud anyway. You feel what I'm saying? It's not to be off the chain, but it's just the reality of it all, because it's toxicity. Straight up, it was to laugh at you and make the intimacy over there great, because we're doing something we're not supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what the narcissist. This is what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? This is how they're talking to each other, and it's that's what I said about how you become the standard, how you become the recipe for the success of the relationship at the beginning, at least, because towards the end, whatever the end looks like over there, because you're not going to know. However, I'm telling you, the cycle's going to happen. The new supply does what? Becomes the old supply. It happened to us. The narcissist got to find a new shiny object. That has to happen. Otherwise, the new supply is stuck having to entertain the narcissist. And I know however long that's going to happen before they get into it for real. Having to rely on each other like that, nah, not the narcissist. Nah, I wouldn't put too much confidence into that. Let me listen. Y'all know Freddy Krueger? Bro got strong because you believed in it. When you don't believe in it, he ain't got no power. That's what I'm saying about this. Like, don't think of the narcissist like the boogeyman. Like, you gotta not give him so much confidence. You gotta not give him so much confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't give that narrative so much value when this person can never even display what value really is when it comes to a relationship. That's what I'm emphasizing. Don't put too much confidence in something that was already showing you that it was false. That was sand, quicksand at that. It's they're confident with the love bomb. Yeah, it's gonna look good. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. Yeah, they giving your love to somebody else, whatever the case may have you. Whatever else that you may have thunk of, however you made yourself feel, the triangulation made yourself downplayed yourself. That mask is going to come off, bro. Sis, that mask is going to come off. Your relationship was the playbook. If you, I want to know your relationship is gonna give you the answer or how it's gonna go. It sure is. And if just understand this, even if it's lasting longer than what may deem, what you may think, or whatever, what may the case may have you, there are forever supplies. And there are just people who just love being toxic with people, no matter how painful it may look like. We've seen relationships like that, y'all. You're just not in it anymore. That's the focus. You're not in it anymore. You don't have to wake up and rely on some type of hoping this person's going to act right when you should just be with somebody that's just going to love you and who wants to act right. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Like, nothing about the narrative that happens in your mind, the narcissist gives you to believe about how their relationship is going to be with somebody else. Don't worry about it. They cannot hold up that love bomb. It is so much energy for a narcissist to do that. You've seen it. That's what I'm saying. You've seen everything. You've seen them lie to you. You see how the extended or the extent of how far they'll go to lie, to hold up all. You think they ain't about to do? They about to do the same. They about to do the same thing. I just want this video to release somebody who's stuck in they're not good enough because of how somebody else displayed somebody else in their face. No. They're actually doing that so that they can downplay you to make you feel like that, so they can feel good about the decision of going with somebody else because they're not confident about that other person. No way. Just FYI, that's why I said you become the standard. Straight up. When you get in a relationship with the narcissist and you don't even know about any current supply or nothing like that, you just walk in blank slate because there's situations where it happens like that. There's a very high chance that you become the standard after that to the next supply, because the narcissist can't just wake up and just get people like you and I like that. You know what I'm saying? They can't just get people who are empathetic like that. I'm not trying to, sound like that, but I want you to understand like the concept. This is not just a walk in the park. Let me just get with just great people all the time. No, that is not that is not realistic. The narcissist is not doing that. They just want it to perceive like that so that you can believe in that and feed the ego and feed the delusion and hold up the narrative. Straight up. And the new supply is going to do the bidding. You feel what I'm saying? They're going to say stuff to you too. They're going to post on this. They're going to say stuff and the new supply. That's what I'm saying. When you know you got that guy going on in these situations, the new supply is not no better than the narcissist. They're doing it to each other. Being just as toxic and chaotic. Feeding it to each other. Giving each other's vices. Making it worse. Yeah, let's talk about it. Like straight up. Like this is the ongoing thing with the narcissist and the new supply. Straight up. It's not to be off the chain. I just want to give you the reality. We we get so heartbroken when that narcissist, and it's not the heartbreak, it's how the narcissist does it that makes it the worst. When they say this person is better than you no matter what you do. That's what it is. And it's irritation. Not only is it irritation, it's it's suffocating because you can't figure out how to please somebody who displayed this but won't tell you it's like this. They'll disguise it as, oh, that's just my friend. That's just the work wife. That's just the work husband. You know what I'm saying? You're being insecure. You're doing too much. Don't overreact. You're being selfish right now. Like all this is the narcissist is dressing it up just like this, making you feel wild, making you feel insecure, making you feel like you're the monster, you're the narcissist, making you feel like you're the one that can't behave themselves, that you're the one that's causing all these problems. When in reality, you just hold them accountable because you wouldn't do it. And that's the confusion. You wouldn't do it. So why are they doing it? That's why they dressing it up like regular, normal stuff, making you feel like this is normal. You should be okay with this. And even if you do figure out it's on some other stuff, they're gonna tell you, well, you know, this is how I was before you got with me. You know what I'm saying? You already knew I was like this. And then when you wake up, you know, you go through all the evaluation and you get to the new supply. And I'm just telling you all this just so that you can accept it. Accept it. This is what it is. This is what happened. And move on. You don't have to let your reality be their identity at all, period. You don't have to accept it. No, sorry, correction. You have to accept it. You don't have to accept sitting in it, is what I'm emphasizing. You can build your identity up elsewhere, not distracted, not hindered, not mentally paralyzed, thinking about this stress all the time. And this is what the new supply and the narcissist is going to do with each other. Again, the relationship that you went in with them was the playbook. They're going to stress out that person the same way. And I'm not trying to make it seem like feel better or you're better. No, it's just to understand like they didn't change. It didn't go off into the sunset. And don't worry about it too much. And now build yourself up from this buffoonery. That's what I'm emphasizing, bro. Sis, for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? So I hope this message finds you well. I'm Fonzie Murph, and I'm out. Peace.